Oh my word, it is proper hot here in Japan today. And that got me thinking about all the different ways that us British people talk about, well, complain about, really, hot weather. Today, you're going to learn some phrases that you're bound to hear at this time of year. Alright, mate, and welcome to the BritSpeakPod, the podcast designed to help you understand British life, British culture, and of course, British English. So, let's get cracking. Hey up, mate. How's it going today? Yeah, I'm not too bad. Thanks for asking, and welcome to episode 006 of the BritSpeakPod, where we're going to be talking about phrases that you can use to describe hot weather. But before we get into that, if you're new around here, my name's Dan. Nice to meet you. Do me a favour, subscribe to this podcast wherever you get this podcast from. And if you're not new around here, welcome back, mate. It's nice to see you again. Anyway, it's middle of August here in Japan, where I live, and it is bloody hot. And I hate it. I am not a fan of hot weather. Here in Japan, it gets proper hot. Today is about 38 degrees, and the humidity is like 80%. I don't understand how that's even real. I'm a fat lad from England with ginger hair. I am not designed for this climate. So, to be honest, I'm just spending most of my days hiding away in my house because my house has got air conditioning. And if I have to go outside, I do it as quickly as I possibly can because I don't fancy it, mate. I don't like hot weather. I'm basically surviving on ice cream and crying, mainly. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of hot weather. I'm not one of these people that's like, as soon as it's hot, they want to be outside and soaking up the sun and, you know, all that stuff. I'm not a fan. Even, like, a little bit sunny, I'm already like, can we not just go back inside? So, yeah, that's me. You might be different. You might like sunny weather. For me, I'm not a fan. Maybe because I'm from North England. Maybe because I've got ginger hair. Maybe because I'm a fat lad. All of them things combined together to mean I don't like hot weather. Now, that's fine for me when I was living in England, because if you know anything about British weather, you know that it's pretty unpredictable. The joke about English weather is that we have 4 seasons. They just all happen in one day, you know? Like you wake up in the morning, it's a nice fresh spring morning, sun's out, looking pretty good. Then by afternoon, starts to get a bit warmer, starts to heat up a bit. It's feeling a bit like summer at lunchtime. So you say to yourself, that's it, I'm going to have a barbecue today. So you go off to the supermarket to get some stuff at barbecue, but on your way there, you notice it's cooling down a little bit. Sky's starting to cloud over just like it's autumn. And by the time you get home and light barbecue, it's slinging it down with rain. So you just take it all inside and cook it normally. And that's how British summertime works. Now, obviously we have hot weather in England, right? We have heat waves, as we say, where it's hot for a few days. And it's about this time of year, it starts to get pretty warm, but you can't predict it. Sometimes it'll be warm. I mean, I remember back in July that's just gone, people were saying it's bloody freezing in England. But now, you know, it's just one of them things where you can't predict British weather. I always say that being the weatherman on the TV in the UK is both the hardest and easiest job of all time. It's easy because it doesn't matter what you say. Nobody's going to take it seriously anyway. You could be like, today it's going to be 28 degrees and sunny, and nobody's going to believe you. Everyone's going to take their umbrella because they know what British weather's really like. So that makes it easy because you can just say whatever you want. But it's also hard because no matter what you say, you're always wrong. So it must be crap to have a job where you're always wrong no matter what you do. And that's the British weatherman on TV, I reckon. But there we go. Anyway, so British summertime, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes it'll be hot, sometimes it'll be raining, sometimes it'll just be a bit cloudy if you're lucky. But one thing you'll know about British summertime, and British people in general, is we absolutely love to complain about the weather. Like, it's like a national sport. If they had this at the Olympics, British people would get gold medals every time. It's like a national sport to us, complaining about the weather. And it doesn't matter what the weather is, we're still going to complain about it. If it's hot, no, it's too hot. If it's cold, it's too cold. If it's raining, it's too wet. You can't win. It's literally lose-lose situation talking to British people about the weather. But for some reason, British people absolutely buzz on talking about the weather. If you spent any time talking to British people, I guarantee you've talked about the weather for a bit. So even in other countries, I don't know, there's something about me as a British person. When I have a lesson with one of my students, any of my students are in a different country, one of the first questions I'll ask them every lesson is, how's the weather where you are? Why? What difference does it make to my day? Why do I care about what the weather's like where you are? I don't know. It's the British part of me. Just, it comes out. I don't even think about it. I don't care about the weather where you are because I'm not there. I'm in Japan. But the British part of my brain just puts that phrase out there. So I don't really get it. But British people, we love it. And we love complaining in general, but especially about the weather. Anyway, with that said, we do have some phrases that you're guaranteed to hear when it gets hot. When it gets warm, there's a load of phrases that British people say. And I'm going to guide you through some of these today. I'm going to explain a bit about what they are and how you can use them and what they really mean. I mean, all of them really mean it's hot. But there's, a bit of difference between each expression. And I hope you can enjoy this and use it as part of your vocabulary when you're talking with British people and just, it's like integrating as part of the British culture. If you join us and complain about the weather, be like, yes, this person is just like us. That scene, it's like, one of us, gooba gab. Yeah, this. If you complain about the weather to a British person, that's the quickest way to their heart, I think. Anyway, the first expression I've got for you today. You'll hear people say this, and they say, oof, I like it hot, but I don't like it this hot. What? What are you talking about? So this seems to, when I hear this expression or when I say this expression, I think I like older people for some reason. And yeah, I like it hot, but not this hot. Well, then you don't like it hot, do you? What are you on about? Oh, love it. So yeah, it's saying that I don't mind hot weather, but this is too hot for me, is basically what they're saying. And they'll say this even when it gets to 22 degrees, It's like, well, it's not hot then, is it, Grandad? What are you on about? But there's a famous British comedian, right, called Peter Kay. And he's from the north of England, Bolton he's from. Really famous British comedian. And he did a joke about this phrase years ago that I always think about. When he's like, I don't get when people say, I like it hot, but not this hot. Like, have an ice cream and shut the up, will ya? Shut the hell up, will ya? I will say hell, not the real word. Just get an ice cream and shut up. What's wrong with you? But yeah, that is an expression that you will hear people say, I like it hot, but not this hot. And they're just complaining that it's too hot. So if you want to complain about it being too hot, give this expression a go and know what it's like to be British. There we go. Another one that seems quite a northern expression. Like I can imagine my granddad saying this as he walked into a room. It's like a bloody sauna in here. Sauna. And some people pronounce it sauna. The room where you go and it's like steamy and hot, yeah? Usually, like, if you go to the swimming pool, they've got a sauna afterwards. Finnish people love it. I don't really get saunas, but that's not what we're talking about today. So it's like a bloody sauna in here. It's just saying that this room is rather hot. This room is so hot, it feels as though I am in a sauna. And British people, as well as complaining, we love to complain. But we also love exaggerating. We love to go one step further than is necessary for comedic effect, We never say it's expensive. It's always daylight robbery, It's never like old. It's ancient. It's been around for donkey's years. We love this going over the top when we're talking about things. And it's like a bloody sauna in here. It's a bit like that, right? And I kind of agree with this one because in England, we're not really prepared for hot weather. We don't have air conditioning, which baffles a lot of people. Because most of the year, we don't need it. It's only going to be really hot for about a week before it starts raining again. So there's no point spending all that money putting air conditioning in your house when you could just complain about it for 5 days instead, right? So British houses do get proper hot in summer, and your only option is to sit there on the sofa in your pants, take your t-shirt off, take everything off just in your pants with a fan blowing warm air at you. That's the only option you've got in British summer. So that's why we like to complain about it. Anyway, your room might be so hot, you can say it's like a bloody sauna in here. There you go. Now, this next one is kind of a British slang word that, for me, I think it's pretty much just British people that say this. Maybe Aussies, maybe over in Australia they say this as well. Somebody will have to tell me. But we use this expression, it's muggy today. Muggy, which is like a mug of tea, but with Y on the end. Muggy. Now, muggy is a slang term that means humid, right? Like, you know, when you can feel the water moisture in the air. It's really humid weather. British people often say it's muggy. Oh, it's a muggy one today. I can feel like I'm swimming to work. Exaggerating again, you know. But yeah, if somebody tells you that it's muggy, what they mean is it's humid, it's sweaty, it's a not pleasant experience. Now in England, it does get a little bit muggy, but I've never experienced true humidity until I came to Japan. Bloody hell. That first summer in Japan, I did not know what were going on. I just wanted to cry. It were horrible. It were absolutely dreadful. And all the times I complained about the hot weather in England, I instantly thought, this is what hot weather's really like. I should have really shut up when I were in England because I didn't know what I were talking about. But there you go. It is what it is, and we say, it's muggy today, and we mean it's very humid. Now, the next ones you've got are kind of a combination. There's a few different variations of the same thing, but we'll talk about the day, and we'll say, it's a something, right? Like, it's a scorcher. I mean, it's a scorching day. The weather is so hot, it's going to scorch everything. It's going to burn everything. It's a scorcher today. You'll also hear the term belter. It's a belter today. A belter can be used to talk about anything that's really good, right? If you see, I don't know, Ronaldo or Messi, you know, some famous football player, and they absolutely smash a goal in from about 40 yards out, top corner, absolute amazing goal. That were a belter. You know, anything that's really good, you can describe it as a belter. So if somebody says today, it's a belter outside, what they mean is it's a really good day. It's really nice weather, right? So in this rare case, we're actually just saying it's a good thing, where usually we're just saying it's a bad thing. But in this case, when somebody says it's a belter out there, they mean it's a very, very nice day and they're really happy about it. Another variation of this is a stunner. It's a stunner today. It's absolutely stunning weather. So yeah, it's a stunner. It's a belter. It's a nice day. It's a scorcher. It's very hot. I think a lot of these ones are probably used in other countries as well, not just the UK. I feel like scorcher probably gets used in America as well. I don't know for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Next, we can use it's plus something, right? For example, it's boiling. It's boiling today. It is so hot, the water is starting to boil and turn into steam. It's boiling today. It's sweltering today. Sweltering is a good word. I don't even really know what it means. I've never heard it used other than to say it's very hot. I've never looked at it in a dictionary or everything, but sweltering. It's boiling. It's sweltering. They seem like they're the same thing. Motorbike going past. Anyway, another one that is quite common in the north of England that follows this pattern is to say it's redders. Redders. Red, like the colour. Maybe you've heard the expression red hot before, right? But growing up in Sheffield, you'd hear people say, it's redders today. It's red hot. It's redders. So that's another one you can use. That's not so common though, so maybe people might be a bit confused if you say it's redders. If you say it's red hot, people will understand, but maybe it's just a Yorkshire thing. I don't know. And the last one I've got for you today is to talk about your own feelings while you're dealing with the hot weather, right? So maybe you've heard people say things like, I'm melting today. I am going to turn into a puddle of flesh and bones because it's so hot, I'm going to melt away as if I was a snowman, right? So I'm melting. You can also say, I'm roasting. I'm so hot, it feels like I'm being cooked in the oven. I am roasting. And one more that I've got for you today is, I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig. I don't really get this because I don't think I've ever seen a pig sweat before, to be honest. So I don't know why we say this. Some linguistic person will know the origin of this one. I don't know what it is. But apparently, it's so hot, it makes pigs sweat. Now, if I had to guess, I would imagine it's got something to do with if you cook a pig, it gets sweaty. I don't really know where this one comes from. Anyway, you can say it though. You can say, oh, it's hot today. I'm sweating like a pig. And people understand what you mean. British people, we've also got a weird sense of humour, right? And we'll often use this, I'm sweating like a something. And I'm sweating like a person who's in a bad situation kind of joke, right? I'm trying to think of some friendly for work ones that I can use on the podcast. I'm sweating like a turkey at Thanksgiving. There you go. You know, a turkey getting ready for Thanksgiving. They're in trouble. They're probably pretty nervous. They might be sweaty. There you go. I'm sweating like a criminal in a police car, you know, something like that. There's loads of these, but most of them I can't really say on the podcast because they contain swearing and they might be quite offensive, but that's British humour for you. I'm sweating like Prince Andrew on a court case. There you go. That's a good one. If you know your British history about Prince Andrew, you'll know why that's funny. If not, just forget about it. It doesn't really matter. So they were loads of expressions that you can use to complain about the hot weather in the UK. What are your favourite expressions to use when it's too hot? You'll have to let me know. You'll have to send me a message here on Spotify or, Instagram, whatever. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you say when it's very hot. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts from, or you can go to britspeak.co/BritSpeakPod. You'll get all the latest information. You'll never miss anything. But that's it for today's episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you there.